Evening, old as gold family. Have you ever noticed that being too open with your family can sometimes cause more trouble than good as we grow older? It feels natural to be honest and transparent with those we care about. We often believe that sharing everything is the right path, but in reality, some things are better left unsaid, not because you're hiding something, but because it's simply wiser. Not every detail needs to be shared. In fact, keeping certain topics private can help you stay calm and protect your relationships. In today's video, we will look at 5 things you might want to keep to yourself after turning 65. This is not about being secretive or pushing people away. It is about staying independent, avoiding stress, and making sure your boundaries are respected. You might be surprised to learn how much peace can come from keeping a few matters to yourself. Watch till the end. Understanding these 5 points might shift how you deal with family, giving you more space and freedom in your later years. Now, let's get into it. Number 1. Financial decisions and assets. Money becomes a sensitive subject as we age. You may think being totally open about your finances with your family will prevent confusion or arguments, but often it does the opposite. Telling your family about every detail of your savings, investments, or retirement plans can lead to unwanted advice, pressure, or even disagreements. Each generation sees money differently. Some family members may be trying to help, but their suggestions might start to feel like control. And sometimes, people who were not involved before suddenly show interest in your money once they realize how much you have. You may have seen this happen. A person your age tells their children about their financial plans, only to be met with constant questioning. Maybe you know someone who always hears opinions on how they should spend their money. Being told to downsize, invest another way, or save more for the grandkids. It's one thing to ask for advice, but when others start acting like they have the right to decide for you, it becomes frustrating. And once others know the full picture of your finances, you cannot take that knowledge back. There's also the issue of control. If your family begins to believe you are not managing money well, they may think it's okay to step in. Sometimes their intentions are good, but they may not respect your independence. You might hear things like, "Are you sure you want to spend that much? Or wouldn't it make more sense to give some away now instead of later?" Even if no one pressures you directly, just knowing they're watching your choices can feel uncomfortable. This doesn't mean you should never discuss finances with your family. It is important to have a clear estate plan and to share necessary information when the time is right, but you do not have to explain everything: how much money you have, what you spend on yourself, or whether you made a new investment. Those are personal matters and they are yours to manage. Keeping some financial matters private allows you to enjoy your life without facing unwanted advice or pressure. That is not secrecy, it is simply being wise. Number 2. Health concerns that are not urgent. As we grow older, dealing with more health issues becomes part of life, and often we feel the need to tell our family about every small ache, pain, or discomfort. It feels natural they care, and we want them to stay informed. But there is a difference between updating your loved ones on serious medical issues and overwhelming them with every minor complaint. Sharing too many small health concerns can cause unnecessary worry and stress. It can even lead your family to step in and start making choices for you, even when it is not needed. You might have gone through this. Maybe you mentioned being tired or feeling a bit of joint pain, and suddenly everyone is discussing doctors, diets, and new supplements. Younger family members often mean well, but their concern can quickly become pressure. Before long, they are looking up treatments, setting up appointments, or saying things like, "You really need to take better care of yourself," as if you have not been handling your health for decades already. There is also a mental side to this. If you keep talking about every little health issue, even the small ones, your family may begin to see you as someone who is going downhill faster than you actually are. They might start acting differently, treating you like you are weaker or less capable than you feel. Once they start seeing you that way, it can be hard to change their view. Suddenly, they hesitate to include you in plans. They question if you can still travel or suggest you need more help, all because you said your knees were sore that day. Of course, when it comes to major health issues, especially ones that affect your daily routine or require Support it is important to speak up, but deciding to keep small things to yourself is not lying. It is just a way to protect your independence. You have every right to take care of your own health without others stepping in too soon. Sometimes, staying quiet helps you stay in control of your well-being. If you are still watching this and finding it helpful, comment number to below to let me know you're here. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do also hit the bell so you never miss a video. Your support helps us keep making content to help inform and support you. Now let's move on. Number 3, your true thoughts on family conflicts. Family relationships can get tricky as we grow older. We often end up in the middle of things we never wanted to be part of: siblings arguing about inheritance, grown-up children holding on to grudges, or extended relatives who just cannot get along. These situations happen in nearly every family. When you have lived long enough, you begin to notice patterns repeating, old arguments coming back, and history playing out all over again. It is tempting to get involved, to give advice, or to say exactly what you think about who is right and who is wrong. But usually, this only makes things worse. Maybe this has happened to you. You tried to help during a disagreement, only to end up with both sides upset at you. Or maybe you spoke your mind, thinking you were helping, only to learn later that your words were misunderstood. The tough truth is that family issues often work themselves out, or they do not, no matter what you say. And when people eventually move on, they usually remember what was said in the heat of the moment. If you choose sides or speak too openly, you may find that even when the argument has been forgotten, the hurt feelings toward you remain. This matters even more when it involves younger family members. Sharing your honest opinion about a son-in-law, how your daughter raises her kids, or someone's lifestyle choices might seem like honesty at the time, but those words tend to stick. People do not easily forget when they feel judged or criticized. Even if you meant well, what sounds like helpful advice to you might feel like rejection to them. That can cause emotional distance that is hard to repair. That is why, after 65, one of the smartest habits to develop is choosing silence wisely. You do not have to agree with everything or act like everything is fine, but you also do not need to comment on every family issue. Instead of giving your opinion, a better response might be something simple like, "I hope things work out for the best," or "I believe you will make the right choice." These kinds of replies keep you involved without dragging you into issues that are not really yours to fix. Holding back your opinions can be a way to keep peace, not just within the family, but for yourself as well. Number 4, your regrets about the past. As we age, we naturally think more about the past, about decisions made, chances missed, and different paths we might have taken. Regret is a normal part of life, but that does not mean it always needs to be spoken out loud, especially to your family. You may feel like talking about things you wish you had done differently, how you handled work, raised your children, or the choices that shaped your life. But what you think is honest reflection can sometimes be misunderstood by your family. When parents or grandparents talk about regrets, children may take it personally. If you say you wish you had worked less and spent more time with family, your children might hear that you think you were not a good parent. If you mention you regret not moving to another city or chasing a dream, they might take it as if you are saying your life with them was not satisfying, even if that is not your meaning. These kinds of remarks can leave behind guilt or hurt feelings. The same thing happens when you bring up old relationships. Even a harmless comment about someone you once loved can make your partner or family feel like they were your second choice. Talking about old friendships that faded or missed chances can also change how people see you. Instead of the strong and steady person they know, they may start to see you as someone who is stuck in the past. That is why some regrets are better kept private. It is okay to think about them, reflect, and even grow from them, but talking about them often just puts a burden on those who care about you. You cannot change the past, but how you move forward is in your hands. If you are still watching and find these points helpful, write number 4 in the comments to let me know you are here. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do, and click the bell so you do not miss our videos. Your support helps us keep sharing helpful and thoughtful content. Now, let us continue. Number 5, the full extent of your financial situation. Money is one of the most sensitive topics in families. It can bring people closer, but it can also cause stress, confusion, or even arguments. As you grow older, you might feel like you should share more about your finances with whether it is how much you have saved, what you plan to leave behind, or even financial difficulties you are facing. Sharing every detail about your finances with family is not always the best idea. While there are times when it makes sense to talk about money, being too open can sometimes create more problems than solutions. One of the main risks of sharing too much about your finances is that it can change how people see you. If your family knows you have saved a good amount, you might notice that some relatives start to act differently, possibly expecting help or quietly hinting at what they hope to receive in the future. On the flip side, if you let them know you are having financial trouble, they may begin to worry too much or even start to question your choices. Either way, money has a way of affecting relationships, and once those dynamics shift, it can be hard to fix. There's also the matter of independence. As you get older, the more your family knows about your financial situation, the more they may feel they have the right to offer advice even if you did not ask for it. Some might even begin to make decisions for you, thinking they are helping, when in fact they are taking away your control. You might suddenly hear opinions on where you should live, how you should spend, or what others believe is best for you, all because you shared details that may have been better kept to yourself. Of course, this does not mean you should hide everything. If you have someone you trust, like a financial advisor or the person handling your estate, it is wise to keep your plans organized and documented. But beyond that, it is usually best to only share what is truly needed and leave the rest unsaid. Keeping some information private helps you stay in control of your future and avoid stress, pressure, or unwanted opinions. If you have ever seen how money conversations can shift the way people behave, you already know why it is so important to be careful with what you share. In the end, your finances belong to you, and keeping certain things private helps keep your relationships based on care and respect, not money. Final thoughts as we close this video. Take a moment to think about the 5 points we covered. Choosing to keep certain things private is not about hiding or being distant. It is about guarding your peace, your self-respect, and your relationships. Not everything has to be shared, and sometimes the smartest choice is knowing what is better left unsaid. Think about your own life. Have you ever told family something only to regret it later because it changed how they looked at you? Or maybe you stayed quiet and later realized it was the right call. Wisdom often comes with time, and as we age, we start to see more clearly what really matters: peace of mind, freedom, and meaningful connections. Choosing what to share and what not to lets you stay in charge of your own path while keeping your family bonds strong. It is not about keeping people out. It is about protecting what makes those relationships valuable. We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your own life. Your thoughts matter, so do not hesitate to share them. Reading your comments encourages and motivates us. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content that informs and inspires. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again in the next video. Take care, Old as Gold family.